The WTO has already been evolving in terms of its modus operandi. Back in the day, the advanced countries kind of got in so-called the green room and kind of made the decisions on how trade rounds might go. Well, that's no longer the case. Then you had broad-based groups, both the advanced countries and emerging markets, sort of squaring off against each other in terms of what the demands were going to be in a negotiating forum. And it was over the broad package. In other words, all sectors, all products, all kind of had to be the so-called single undertaking. So nothing was agreed until everything was agreed, the single undertaking. That's challenging, and it's a fundamental reason why there has not been an agreement at the multilateral level with all players involved. So and the WTO understands that, and has moved towards a more sector-based and agreements either by sector, meaning, for example, e-commerce or information technology, where like-minded economies can discuss with each other on standards and negotiate treatment, and if it's tariffs or quotas or other treatment issues, regulations and standardization and so forth, rules of the game, generally speaking, rules of the game. And it's a smaller group of countries, like-minded, and smaller type of product and service areas where countries can get together and they can agree on these issues. What has happened in the past, and the Information Technology Agreement, the first round of it was a very good example, is the countries agree with each other. They set up a rules of engagement, a rules of the game that are advantageous for them. And it turns out, well, it's most of the countries and it's most of the products, and other countries end up deciding they want to join too to get the advantages. So it ends up being a sector base or a broad enough country base to become a stepping stone to a broadening set of countries and a widening set of product categories. So it's building stepping stones and building blocks as opposed to the single undertaking. And the WTO has been working in this direction for a while. Fits and starts, but for a while. So that's the way we're going to have to go, because the single undertaking is now, when we think about all the different kinds of goods that are produced, all the different kinds of services that are produced, all the issues with regard to foreign investment, the range to different types of foreign investment, all the potential issues might be associated with immigration, work immigration, for example. Imagining a single undertaking to address all of those areas at once with all of the countries involved, that really is too much. So breaking it down, stepping stones and building blocks, that's the strategy that will improve the relevance and effectiveness of the WTO going forward.